Welcome back to sunny Birmingham and game 3 today for the quarter-finals in the men's blind football. This time it sees Colombia take on Iran. Dixie's hot favourites for the competition, Colombia. I'm sure you agree to that at some point, but here we go. Colombia versus Iran, the quarter-final 3. France versus Brazil is quarter-final 4, which is at 2:30. And then 4:30 later on, Thailand versus Germany and Spain versus Morocco to finish the day off and decide who takes those lower ranking spots in the table. The tower there and the University of Birmingham main part of their campus bathed in glorious sunshine as the Iranians make their way out onto the pitch adjacent to that of the Colombians, who raise their hands aloft and wave to some of the travelling fans that are in the stands up there and those that are supporting them. You can see the Colombia flag there in the background. The back of both sets of teams are the two guides towering over everybody else. We'll cross now though to the Tannoy announcer for the two national anthems.
Please rise, if you are able, for the national anthem of Colombia.
Oh, gloria inmarcesible, oh, júbilo inmortal, en surcos de dolores, el bien germina ya, el bien germina ya. Oh, gloria inmarcesible, oh, júbilo inmortal, en surcos de dolores, el bien germina ya. Cesó la horrible noche, la libertad sublime, derrama las auroras de su invencible luz, la humanidad entera entre cadenas libre comprende las palabras del que murió en la cruz. ¡Vamos, niños, vamos! Vamos a meterle a esto, vamos.
Please remain standing, if you are able, for the national anthem of Iran.
There you have the two anthems then for Colombia and Iran. Colombia, the home side, technically, in this fixture between the two nations. And they will try and tee up a spot in the semi-finals today. Let's take a look then at the two sides. Starting with the Colombia team. In goal, number 1, Johan Ardilla. Number 7, and the captain today is Jean Hernandez. Number 10, Juan David Perez. Number 9, Jean Gonzalez. And number 2, Duvian Lopez. And then on the bench for the Colombian national side, the replacement goalkeeper, Freddy Gomez, Alex Martinez, Julian Jaramillo, Coca Nicolas, Jesus Lopez, and then the head coach, Fernando Carrillo, and the guide, Jonathan Ramirez. The unmistakable Jonathan Ramirez, who towers at about 7 foot tall. You can probably see him there lined up. We'll see him in a minute lined up with the two starting sides out on the field of play. And now your Iranian side. Number 1, Marteza Ramazani is the goalkeeper. And then the captain is Hussein Rajabpour. Number 8, Morteza Karimi. Number 11, Amandreza Shah Husseini. And number 10, Mohammed Rahimzadeh. On the bench, the replacement goalkeeper is Saeed Musavi, Sadegh Rahim Ghazar, then Ali Reza Bakht, Kambis Mokam, and then finally Hojetola. And then the head coach is Javad Fetheli, and the guide is Maysam Shoje. We've seen a lot of this Colombian side. Well, I certainly have on the games that I've covered, Dixie, and they're a full throttle team with a lot of talent in their ranks as well. So Iran are going to have their work cut out. But what style of team have Iran sort of put together? What do you expect from them?
Yeah, they're very workmanlike side, and they get around the ball well disciplined, as you would imagine. They're going to have their work cut out today because the two guys up front for Colombia are something really special, and their movement and the pace that they play at is quite remarkable. Really, if I was paying money, I would pay money to see Colombia because they're a great side to watch. So looking forward to a good game and plenty of goals with a bit of luck.
Absolutely. Well, the referees, the officials for this game. The first referee is Lucio Morgado. And the second is Rodolphe Bonin. The third is Alexandros Champris. And the fourth is Yuta Suzuki. And then the scorer there is Carmelo Galvano for this particular fixture.
Oh, that's better. A piece of chewing gum stuck in my tooth.
The man in the middle is out there for the coin toss, preparing the two sides, and then we will be ready to get things underway once the pendants have been swapped. The final details concluded, ready for this one. The flag bearers have made their way off the pitch. And we're almost ready for kick-off. Colombia, as we've already discussed in this tournament, wearing their very flamboyant kit from head to toe. It's a wash with colour, yellow, red, white and blue. Mainly yellow and blue, but there's that sort of smattering of pink and white on there as well. It's a fabulous looking kit. We're yet to be gifted one by the Colombian national side, which is a bit disappointing, Dixie.
Yeah, it looks like it had been painted by Banksy, doesn't they?
Yeah, absolutely.
It's a fabulous kit. It's so colourful, honestly. And I think this must be the away kit because their home kit is just as flamboyant, but the colours are all in a different place, aren't they?
Yeah, I wonder whether the goalkeeper's wearing the home kit because he's got a bit more blue to him.
It's the guide with the home kit on at the other end, I think.
Yeah, which is what the goalkeeper's wearing as well, actually.
Right. Okay.
And then the Iranian kit sort of reminds me of the Portuguese kit, actually, for the Portuguese national side, but it's all red from head to toe with a dash of green across the chest where the badge lies. They are poised, ready for the start of this fixture, and they'll want to make a quick start as well, I am sure. The referees shake hands one final time. We are almost ready for lift-off here. And the third quarter-final of this 7th day. fact, it's the 8th day, really, if you count the first. Of course, now it's Tuesday, we're a week or so in. Referee's just checking with both guides behind the goals. The clock has just ticked past 12:30.
And we're
almost underway. The referee, I think, is just enjoying the
the
centre of attention for a minute, I think.
He was building up the tension, that's what he was doing. But if this is anything like the 2 previous games we've had today on Super Tuesday, we won't be disappointed.
Absolutely. Those sides straight into battle immediately. The number 7, Hernandez for Colombia, sends the ball upfield. It's picked up by an Iranian player inside his own half. Excellent close control from him. Number 8, Karimi, moves into the offensive third in Colombia's half. He finds himself on the floor, a bit trapped at the moment, but the ball is still moving. Gets back to his feet. He's being hustled off the ball by Perez, but he's still in possession, is Karimi, and he just arcs his run out towards the sideboard on the far side in front of the fans. There's a trip down there, but the Colombians are back to their feet, and they're all clustered together, and eventually Juan David Perez brings the ball away, and he was the danger man when I watched the Colombians last week. And now it's back with Rajab. Rajab brings the ball forward inside his own half. He's just tucked on his own defensive line there inside his own half. He spreads the play out to the far left-hand side, but it's intervened by a Colombian player. Lots of back and forth at the moment. Neither side yet to really settle. Similar 2 teams in terms of structure, it would appear. The Colombians are on their own 3rd metre line. It's spread out to the left-hand side looking for Perez, but he's had his pockets picked by the number 8, Karimi. Still going Karimi, but Colombia back between the Iranian player and the ball. Swept further upfield by the Colombians, and then number 7, John Hernandez, back into the Iranian half though, and it's consolidated with Ramazani in the Iranian goal, and that's good control there by Colombia, namely Perez, who uses his whole body to block the ball. His touch is though a little bit heavy, and it goes out for a goal clearance for Iran. Just over 2 minutes gone.
Yeah, it's a similar pattern to the previous games. The first couple of minutes, they're a bit all over the place where the players settle down, and they'll settle down shortly, I'm sure, and get into some sort of rhythm.
Perez spreads the play out to the right-hand side as though the Colombians are attacking. They're attacking the coffee stand end, as we now refer to it too. The referee spotted something he's unhappy with, and points for a free kick in favour of Colombia.
It's Iran.
Beg your pardon, the attacking side will be Iran. He points to his lips as well, the referee.
No void.
No void against Colombia, and Iran will get us restarted. They're inside their defensive third, and they sweep the ball out to the near side in front of the coaches. Plenty of onlookers today. Colombia look to break through Perez. He makes his way into the attacking third, but can't get past a cluster of Iranian players. Back onto his left foot, then onto his right. Perez still going here. Brilliant work from him. Forces a decent save. The goalkeeper can't pick the ball up and is forced to save again when it squirts back through to him. But that was a lovely effort on goal there from Perez.
Oh, yeah, it was tremendous. He's really had to work really hard to get an angle. And it was only a little gap there, and he found that gap and he's drilled a shot in. And it was a fabulous save by the keeper. He's got down really quickly to that. And
this game being played in good spirits, and it's now Iran that look to work a way out from their own defensive third. They go all the way through the middle third and into the Colombian defensive third there, through the number 8 for them today, Karimi, who's been the live wire in this game so far, but he's dispossessed, and the ball makes its way out to the kickboard on the right-hand side. It is immediately swept to the other side of the pitch, the adjacent side, by Perez, who finds number 9, Gonzalez, and he checks back inside and then moves into the offensive third. He has his ball taken away from him though, but he wins it back. Gonzalez right up to the goal line now. He's in the D, but he checks back and faces his own goal, and then is dispossessed by Karimi again, who tries to move up over the halfway line. I beg your pardon, it was the number 3, Rahimzadeh, who brings it up to the halfway line. He loses possession though, and the Colombians have it back inside their own half. Out it goes towards Gonzalez, but he can't control the ball for too long, and Now the Iranians have it back on the edge of their D. It's frantic stuff so far. Picked up now by Gonzalez. He looks as though he's about to drive on goal, but he is tripped. The Iranians have it back on the edge of their D, and they just go for a no-nonsense clearance upfield. And then there looks like there's a stoppage in play as we've lost an eye mask from the Colombian player, number 9, Gonzalez.
Yeah, a good bit of play by the Colombians. They seem to have got into gear now, and they're starting to switch pass it around and pull the Iranians about, and just waiting for that gap to appear. And they're so quick on, as soon as there is a gap in that defence, they go into it full bore. And very athletic side, Colombia, all action.
An early substitution. Rajab has made his way, the number 7 off the pitch, who was the captain. Just trying to decipher who he has been replaced by. It's the number 9, who is Sadegh.
Yeah, we're starting off with an uncontested drop ball, as is the norm for referees' checks and stuff.
And the ball is looped by the Iranians out to the side in front of the main stand. But it's back in Colombian hands, and the ball is switched from right to left and picked up by Perez. Really good close control from him. He moves into the D and just tries to squeeze it beyond the Iranian goalkeeper. But the ball makes its way into the box and is back in Iranian hands, and is just dropped into the path of an Iranian player, who then clears upfield. But I think that was going to be too heavy for anybody to latch onto the end to. The best effort was made by the number 3 for Iran, Rahimzadeh, but he couldn't keep it in play, and it will be a goal clearance for Colombia. And it's launched upfield, but only met by an Iranian player, Karimi, who moves over the halfway line. He could make a good break here, one-on-one with the goalkeeper, and drills it wide of the uprights. And again, it's another Colombian goal clearance.
Yeah, that was a good break by the Iranians then. Picked it up on the halfway line. He motored on, got to the edge of the box, and he just lost his balance a little bit and fired wide. But a good break, and just goes to show if they don't get the distribution right, Colombia, Iran are going to be all over them.
They retreat this time through Gonzalez back to their own goal, Colombia, and the clearance from the goalkeeper is a heavy one and a bit of a reckless one, really, because it goes from one end to the other and out for a goal clearance and just gifts possession back to Iran.
Yeah, it just turns the possession over again, and it's we've seen quite a bit of that, especially this morning, haven't we? The goalkeeper's overhitting it and not giving the players on the pitch a chance, really. But here come Colombia again.
Shah Hosseini gifted possession back to Colombia, and here is Gonzalez. The Iranians win it back and move up over the halfway line. It's the number 8 for Iran that was herring forward, Karimi, who's been, as I said, the real live wire in this game. Shah Hosseini with a pass, but it's gifted back to the Colombians, and number 2, Duvian Lopez. Lopez with a lovely pass out to the right-hand side finds Jean Gonzalez, who uses the kickboard to gain some territory, but is overzealous with his touch, and it goes out for a Iranian goal clearance. Dropped out into the path of Shah Hosseini. Shah Hosseini finds the number 3, Rahimzadeh. Rahimzadeh spreads the play out to the near side in front of the main stand. It's collected by the number 9 for Colombia, Jean Gonzalez. He spreads it out to the left, and Perez picks it up. A decent effort on goal, but it drags it wide, and it will be a goal clearance for the Iranians again.
Oh, that was a lovely cross-field pass there by the Colombians. Just the right weight on the ball as well. It was perfect for him, and he's just dragged it a little bit, his shot, but lovely pass.
Here's Shah Hosseini, immediately searching for his number 9, who is Rahim Agaza, Sadegh. The ball makes its way right inside the Iranian half, but we have lost some eye mask again for the Colombians, which has halted play.
That's such a shame, because that was such a good run. And the referees are right. If the eye mask come off, they've got to stop play. But it seems such a shame that it stopped that attack a bit prematurely. And it's even more a shame that it was a Colombian's eye mask that's come off, and so they basically stopped their own play through no fault of their own, really. So we're gonna start with a bouncer. The referee. It looks like it's going to be a contested one. And there we go.
A few words being exchanged as well between Ramazani and...
Well, I think that's it. They've just done that as fair play, haven't they? The Colombians stood back and the Iranians just smashed it down the pitch. And yeah.
Here is Perez.
Well done, Iran.
Perez spreads it out to the right-hand side, looking for Gonzalez, the two danger men in this Colombian side, the two attackers. A bit deeper today is Lopez and the number 7, Hernandez. That was a good move there from Gonzalez, and Iran looked to break quickly, but didn't quite work out. We're halfway through this first half, and that's a good ball forward there by Lopez. And now it's Perez. Perez looking for some room. Back onto his left foot and just skins everybody. And what a goal that is!
What a goal!
A fabulous, fabulous goal there by the number 10, Perez. Just checked onto his right, then back onto his left. And he points, quite rightly so, to his number 10 shirt, just to remind everybody that he means business.
What a super little goal that is. He sent the Iranians one way, he sent them the other way, and then he sent them again, and he's rifled it into the corner of the net, and he's left the goalkeeper no chance. See you later, do you want a ticket to get back in? Oh, that's absolutely brilliant. It has clipped the right-hand post and nestled in the back of the net. Beautiful. Well, we did say these Colombians are all action, and they are all action. They're super to watch.
A wonderful goal for Colombia just as we approach the 8-minute mark in this first half. The referee's just going around checking the eye masks of basically every player.
Yeah, what they're doing is there's patches underneath the eye masks, and sometimes through the sweat and everything, they can start to ride up a little bit, and
also the celebrating as well, probably.
Yeah.
Clambering over each other.
There is that, and so they're just checking to make sure the tape that covers up the patch on the eye is intact, and And we're off again with Iran coming this way.
Excellent pass to get it out the feet of the player, and Rahimzadeh is breaking down the right-hand side. He's stopped by the goal scorer, Perez, in his tracks, and Perez once more. He's herring forward and absolutely flattened into the sideboard there by the defender, but it's still with Colombia, this time though inside their defensive third. It will be kept in play by the number 7, Jean Hernandez, that sweeps it out to that right-hand side. And it's picked up by Gonzalez, but he loses possession. Now Karimi will break, and he just runs over the top of Lopez there. Perez backed into a corner. The Iranians have won it back at the crucial moment in the D, and then Perez takes no prisoners and sends the ball upfield. 6.5 minutes remaining. It's a great game so far as Rahimzadeh just loops the ball up, looking for the number 9, Sadegh. Here comes Perez again with another opportunity onto his right foot. He's so good in those tight spaces around the edge of the D. It just finding some room to then unleash the shot. Just missed out that time. And all the Colombian players will chase back here, and a chance now for Iran. 1-1 with the goalkeeper. And there is the equaliser within a minute or two of the opener in this game. It's a wonderful finish. Sadegh is the man, the substitute that came on to find the back of the net. And when he was one-on-one with the keeper there was only one winner.
Oh, that was again, what a fabulous goal. I think we can watch the replay, but I think he's run the full length of the pitch with the ball, hasn't he? Yeah, he's won it there. And there's 3 or 4 players around him. He's nutmegged him, gone into the area and put it into the opposite corner. It's a fabulous goal. Well, we've seen 2 cracking goals here this morning, and we've got a game on our hands now. This is going to be a belter.
Well, a timeout is called with just under 6 minutes remaining. And he actually nutmegged the scorer of the opening goal for Colombia in the process of putting the ball in the net there. But yeah, great to see. I mean, obviously the last game was entertaining, but great to see the goals scored in that manner. It wasn't the best goal for China, was it, in the first game? Yeah. And here are the goals again then.
Yeah. So he's won the ball in his penalty area. He's megged that player and taken the tumble, got up, come inside, megged another one, got to the edge of the box and just drilled it into the corner. Keeper's got no chance. Who be a goalkeeper in this game.
Much to the delight of the guide, Shojay Masham.
That is some goal. That is some goal. If you get a chance to see it on YouTube and replay it, it's worth the replay. Oh, it's unbelievable. Had a bit of everything. Strength, dribbling skills, quick, and a great shot at the end. Brilliant.
Colombia to get things back underway then after that goal. Taken quickly and off goes Perez. He wants to immediately respond. He's determined. He's still going, Perez. He's run out of room. I think he hadn't quite.
Well, he ran out of room, but the ball stayed in.
The ball stayed in, and it's gathered up by Ramazani. And he rolls the ball out to the right-hand side in front of the benches, and he finds the number 3, Rahimzadeh. Rahimzadeh switches play, and the 9 now picks it up. Sadegh, who's the hero of the moment at the moment for that equalising goal, that wonderful solo effort. Now the number 9 takes it away, picks his pockets. Gonzalez moves into the Iranian half and is stopped in his tracks. We'll only have to wait and try and trap back and hope his Colombian teammates help him out with Sadegh on the move in the opposite direction. A bit of a coming together. Players on the floor scrambling for the ball now inside the Colombia half, inside the defensive third, as a matter of fact, for Colombia. The time trickles on. We're into the final 5 minutes of this first half. Sent upfield. Number 11, Shah Husseini, picks the ball up and just calmly plays it back to his goalkeeper. And then the goalkeeper takes no prisoners whatsoever and just lumps it down the other end for a goal clearance.
Yeah, he's just smacked it out. And then we got the other goalkeeper chucks it over the halfway. I can't believe they keep doing this. My word. Okay. It's got to bounce in your own half before it goes over the line. If you don't do that, it's an indirect free kick. And I don't know how many times I've said that during this tournament. Go on, Mr. Goalkeepers, get your WhatsApp group and just spread the word. Bounce before the halfway line.
When these games are so fragile and finely poised, it's those little errors that just kill the momentum for certain teams. They're in the ascendancy, but it will be an Iranian free kick on the halfway line. The number 8 is over it, Karimi. He's the one that will take it forward. It's ball to hand, I think, there. As Lopez swings his foot at it and finds Gonzalez down the right-hand side up against the kickboard. It's back to Perez. Perez looked as though he's going to line up a first-time shot. Does drag the shot slightly wide in the end, and that will go off for a goal clearance.
What a lovely pass across the box it was, though, when it initially by the Colombian. It's a fabulous ball across the box.
Certainly was. I think we're going to see a substitution here.
Yeah, 9's going off, I think.
Number 9 being replaced for Iran, having not long come on and grabbed that goal, and he receives a big hug from one of the coaches down there. And Iran find themselves level, having gone just behind. It was the perfect response, really. And the number 4 comes on to replace him, and that is Alireza Bakht.
The referee's dropping the conflab. Not happy about someone's... Not happy about something. Yeah, they're just having a word with the coaches on the halfway line. Then they're not allowed to talk. If the ball's in either attacking third, they can't say anything. And they're just being reminded that that is the case, and to be quiet when the ball's in either the attacking or defensive third.
Launched upfield, and that will go all the way out for a goal clearance for Colombia. And roll back out again, looking for Gonzalez, and he is pushed back into his own half by the substitute for Iran. Perez is rugby tackled off the ball then just as it was arriving at his feet, but Perez still going here. Back it goes to Gonzalez. Gonzalez now trying to arc his way around those Iranian defenders, and that will be a goal clearance for Iran.
Yeah, just took a little touch off him, didn't it, and spun away over the touchline for an Iranian goal clearance. But they're definitely, both teams really all action, and it's ebbing and flowing from one end to the other. It's fantastic. It's a fantastic watch.
Flung upfield by the Iranian goalkeeper, and he's trying to find the toe, I think, there of the number 4, who's just come on bucked to try and poke it beyond the Colombian goalkeeper. Doesn't quite work out that way, and Gonzalez will now try and find a way out of his defensive third before spreading the play out to the right-hand side. Against the kickboard it goes in front of the main stand, and now Perez switches play back to Gonzalez. He misses his touch initially, but recovers well. Still going Gonzalez, who's a whisker away from having a shot, and then it falls kindly again to Perez, the real threat in this Colombia team. He's crowded out, he's surrounded by Iranian players. Can't quite find the ball at his feet, and now Lopez for Colombia is manhandled. He's pushed and forced back towards his halfway line, then he shoots from range. It deflects off a Iranian player, and we've lost another eye mask. The Colombian player Lopez that loses his mask, and it's placed back on. The referee will momentarily be happy to continue, just as one of the Iranian players sorts the strapping out on his knee there.
All right, so the referee's just going to drop the ball to the Iranian keeper, because he did have the ball when he whistle went, so it'll be effectively a goal clearance. Oh, no, not again. And he promptly throws it over the halfway line.
That clearance was so poor, even I caught it in the commentary box down at the far end.
He's come right in our tent. He's just... Oh.
I don't know why. That's 3 now where he's just sent it upfield and it's rolled the whole way through.
And not got a touch on one.
And nobody's got a touch. And in 2 cases, he's thrown it on the full as well. So there's a substitution now for Colombia. Lopez will come off. And number 3, Alex Martinez, will replace him. Referee's ready to have this free kick taken for Colombia on the halfway line. And Martinez will go and join Gonzalez, ready to take it straight away. Lopez trudges off. Perez is poised on the edge of the D, and I'm sure they'll look to try and find him straight away, providing the guide gets his call correct. And off we go. Here's Gonzalez. Twisting, turning, looking for Perez, and the ball trickles through, almost gets to its intended target, and then it's lumped up long by Iran, and almost is kept in play, but just guided out for a goal clearance in the end for Colombia, which is taken quickly by Ardilla. And Ardilla sends it up forward to Gonzalez, but his advances are stopped by Karimi. I beg your pardon, number 3 it is, who has picked the ball up, Rahimzadeh. Colombia, though, win it back and move back up over the halfway line through John Hernandez. Hernandez tries to pierce his way through the Iranian defence. Doesn't quite manage it, and now it's tucked away in the Iranian half, right in the corner. We're going to see...
It's a corner.
A corner. And it will be for Colombia. And the goalkeeper now for Iran will organise his wall. Ramazani is the goalkeeper today for the Iranians.
The big lad from the back of Colombia, he's done well there. He's run a good 20-25 metres, and he's forced a corner out of the Iranians. And yeah, he's done really well there. Still waiting for the referee to be happy with the wall. Seems to be now.
2 Colombian players over this one, including the number 3, the substitute, Alex Martinez. The referee does get things going again. Gonzalez just trying to go it alone here, all the way through by himself.
With his left foot.
And wow, look at that, with his left foot, he drills the ball into the back of the net, and Gonzalez gives Colombia the lead again, and he runs over to the benches there. The Iranians look totally stunned as to what's happened.
Well, what a simple goal that was. He's come out of the corner, just angled across, a little drag back, and he sent them all the wrong way. The whole Iranian team went the wrong way on his drag back. Oh, what a lovely goal.
Ecstasy for Colombia, and I think in the process, Jonathan Ramirez, the number 11, who is the guide behind the goal, has injured himself because he then limped over to rejoin the huddle for the timeout.
He's probably run into the bar. He's that tall, isn't he?
See that again on his left foot. It was such a squeeze to get it through the crowd of players as well. And a wonderful finish.
But it's the way he sold the whole Iranian defence. He faked to go with his right foot, and they all bought it. They all went, then just dragged it back onto his left. That's a great. We've seen some cracking goals here today, I tell you. I'm really enjoying this game. I just love the way the Colombians play. They sort of play with, I don't know, just a freedom and just want to go out there and entertain and enjoy their football. And they're making a substitution. The 10's coming off.
Yes, a rest for Perez. We're used to seeing him complete matches, but he's replaced with some fresh legs. Nicolas Coca will come on to replace him just as everybody resets and rejoins their positions, ready to see out the remaining 1 minute and 46 seconds of this first half. Action-packed half it's been as well. 2-1.
I'll tell you something, the Iranian guides are a bit big and all. It's huge. Oh, the two guides are massive. It'd be a hell of a face-off between those two.
Just as the clock tower rings, it's always 3 minutes early.
Yes,
prior to the hour, the clock tower. The ball just about stays on the field. It hits the kickboard right at the top there and goes out for a corner for Iran.
You've got 1 minute 40 left on the clock. There's time for Iran to get another goal. If they're as quick this time as what they were last time, they've got plenty of time to get a goal.
Could see one of the highest scoring games of the competition here. Forward comes the number 3, Rahimzadeh. Just on the edge of the goalkeeper's box, but he retreats ever so slightly. Now is just inside the line of the D. Here come the Iranians. Corner taken quickly, and they just try to force their way through the middle. Could be a chance. He swipes at it for a second time off the uprights. And it spills away, and Colombia are let off the hook, but the danger has not passed just as yet. My word, was that close. I was waiting for the ball just to cushion in the far corner after hitting the inside of the post.
How did that not go in? He's hit the inside of the post and he's gone right back across the line again and come out.
Bonkers stuff.
Oh,
just as we approach the final minute of the game of this first half, Shah Hosseini sends the ball upfield, looking for the Iranian again. He keeps the ball in play, but it's on the edge of the D inside the Colombian half. And now Colombia will look to break themselves. Could there be a third in this first half for them? Bit of a wrestling match going on, and an eye guard has been lost. It's the substitute Coca that's lost that. And he just adjusts his shorts as well, and Gonzalez does his laces up.
That was a fabulous effort by the Iranians, though, wasn't it? He worked really hard to get into the position. And it was a great shot, and it's hit the inside of the post, dribbled across the line, and we're going to see it again here now. It's worked an angle, hit the inside of the post, and it's just gone along the line and gone like the other side. Unbelievable. Oh, this is a great game.
Certainly is. Just inside the Iran half, Colombia then have a free kick. 51 seconds remaining, and the referee's just called for a pause while he checks the mask thumbs up, and we can get things going again. It's with the number 9, Gonzalez. Back it goes. It's in Colombian territory. 40 seconds left. Iran pick it up there and shoot on goal. A cracking effort from the number 4 for Iran. Backed. He was straight at the goalkeeper in the end and just rebounded back out. But he's made a real impression since coming on. He's slammed against the kickboard there by the Colombian player. And he gets a free kick. And the Colombian player, number 8, Coca, who's just come on, will get a bit of a talking to as well.
Yeah, 28 seconds to go, and they'd probably get this attack done and hopefully get a chance on the end of it, the Iranians.
Long pause in play. The referee, I think, I'm not quite sure what is going on at all.
Because the guy behind the goal can't line this up because it's not in his third, so he can't say anything. So I don't know why we stopped there. Oh, we're off.
Just a bit of a shame, really, because I feel like the referees sometimes they're kind of looking for something to pick up on, and they can't just let the game flow a little bit. Just as Iran run through, and that's a fine save from the Colombian goalkeeper Ardia, and he celebrates as well. That's a crucial moment just as we approach half-time. The Iranians battling hard, looking for an equaliser. Off go Colombia again, though. We're approaching the final seconds of this first half. Just 2 left on the ball, and the hooter will sound. And there you have all the action for the first half in what's been a thrilling third quarter final. The Colombian goalkeeper is out on his knees in the goal. He's pulled off some fine saves, and we'll just recap the goals, I guess, from that first half. They were the key moments. It was Colombia that got us underway through the danger man Perez. Lovely footwork there, again weaving in and out of,
Drags it back,
all those Iranian players. That is just a wonderful goal.
Yeah. If you were a sighted player and did that, you'd be well pleased.
Well, it would be one of the standout goals of the season if you were a sighted player, wouldn't it?
Yeah, and he's doing it, with no sight. How do they do it? It's a fabulous finish at the end of it as well, because he's still got a bit to do.
Yeah, an incredible finish from Perez.
Comes across, feints to kick it, comes back onto his left foot. Bang. Have some of that. Wonderful goal.
And this was where the Iranian goal came from. Excellent defending, first of all, from that particular player. And then the break all the way upfield. It's absolutely wonderful effort. You thought he'd been thwarted just there, but he just kept going and going and going and going. Nutmegged several players and bang.
Yeah, it just opened up for him in the end. He deserved it for his tenacity going forward, didn't he? He wasn't going to be knocked off it, and he just kept going. It's wonderful. He's won the ball in his own penalty area.
And then off he sets. Nutmegs one. That doesn't faze him, that challenge. Nutmegs another.
And another.
And another. And unleashes the shot.
That's great stuff, isn't it?
And then the goal that currently separates the two teams from Gonzalez is here. And this was a fabulous goal as well. Just sort of moved the players out of the way and then just back onto his left foot. And it's such a narrow angle to aim for goal. And in fact, the Iranian player almost just lifts his foot right at the last. And it affords a bit of space for him to pull the trigger. Oh. And there you have it then.
What a superb half of
football. We've got another replay here, another chance here for Iran, which hit the upright there.
Yeah.
And there you have all the action from the first half then. So we'll be back in a couple of moments' time, but first, a video on the rules of blind football and a message from IBSA.
It's fast, technical and tense. This is your guide to five-a-side football. There are 5 players per team, 4 outfield players and a goalkeeper. The aim of the sport is to score a goal by kicking the ball into your opponent's goal, and at the end of the game, whoever scored the most wins. Players must wear eye shades to ensure that all players have the same level of vision. That is apart from the goalkeepers, who aren't required to wear eye shades and can be fully sighted. Their job is to keep the ball from going in the goal behind them. But how do the players on the field know where the ball, or indeed the goal, is? Well, the ball in blind football is specially designed to make sound whenever it moves. Also, each team has a guide behind the opposition goal to help direct them. Each player is required to shout "Voy" when going for the ball. This ensures every player has the cues they need to help build a picture of what's going on and what to do next in defence or attack. To help this, total silence is required from the crowd until a goal goes in. Voy is Spanish for go, and it was the Spanish who are credited with originally developing blind football in the 1920s. As well as the Paralympics, teams from all corners of the world can compete at World, European, Asian, African and America's Championships, as well as a World Grand Prix.
Blind football can be played by both men and women, with the historic first Women's World Championships coming up in 2023.
So what are you waiting for? Give it a try.
IBSA, International Blind Sports Federation, presents, with the support of the International Paralympic Committee, IBSA Anti-Doping App, the first application of its kind in the Paralympic movement, specifically designed for blind and visually impaired people. Athletes, coaches, medical staff, managers, and the public in general now have a powerful tool to stay focused on the principles of clean sport. Scrolling down the main menu, you can find all the important themes you need to know to play fair and be alert to testing procedures and necessary adaptations for athletes with visual impairments. IBSA gives top priority to anti-doping control, being the only international federation with 3 sports in the Paralympic family: goalball, football, and judo. IBSA anti-doping app has external links, namely to WADA, where our sport agents can always find the most updated information, especially the list of prohibited substances and methods. Glory in sport can only be achieved by the athlete's awareness of their rights and responsibilities. You can find them on the IBSA anti-doping app. IBSA is continuously promoting anti-doping education to all its affiliate athletes and sport agents, not only about the consequences of the use of doping and the risk of using supplements. IBSA believes that education is the major tool to fight doping in sport. Informed athletes can make better decisions. Download the app now at the usual operating system stores.
And ladies and gentlemen, we have seen history being made today.
Such a great team at these championships.
IBSA. Beyond sight. Feel the sport.
Welcome back to the third quarter-final here at the men's blind football for the IBSA World Games, Birmingham 2023. Nestled in the heart of England. It's a warm day. For those of you that are maybe joining us from Iran or Colombia, it won't be anywhere near as warm as it is probably with you. But for us, this is it. This is summer.
Yes,
We're into the 20s. Any glimpse of sunshine that we can possibly grab hold of, we do. Oh, and there we are, look.
Hello.
Behind the scenes, probably not the best thing to see with all the meal deal wrappers we have around us at the moment, but there we go. We're underway. Who cares about us? It's all about the men's blind football. Quarter-final 3, and it will be a goal clearance for the Iranians. 2-1 still the score. The Colombians with the advantage. The ball is rolled out and tentatively taken forward by the number 11 for Iran, Shah Hosseini. Upfield it goes. It will be another goal clearance, this time for the Colombians. The Colombian goalkeeper Ardia is on the floor. His hands aloft. Not sure whether he's hurt himself. No, he hasn't, I don't think. He's given the thumbs up to the referee, and the timer restarts. And we are off again. The ball is launched out to the far side, looking for Gonzalez, the scorer of the second goal for Colombia and one of the heroes of this side. Perez misses his footing, and it goes all the way back through for a Colombian goal clearance. They are attacking the away end, as we're terming it, away from the coffee end of the pitch here at the University of Birmingham campus. We've been using the same pitch for both the men and the women's blind football competition. Just as Gonzalez is pressed up against the wall down there, the kickboard down there. Squirted all the way through to Perez. He's into the D, keeps the ball in play, goes for an effort on goal. Does Perez, tries to organise himself for some extra room. They want to finish this game off, the Colombians. Perez just regathers his bearings. He goes to ground. It's a good tackle from the Iranian. And it will be a goal clearance, much to the fury of Perez, who moans at the referee.
Yeah, it was a good battling run by the 10 there. He's some player, isn't he? He really is a good player. It's all action.
A good throw out that time from Ramazani, the Iranian goalkeeper, but it's unfortunately not found a Iran target, and the Colombians will come again. With Gonzalez, he's pushed up against the kickboard on that far side. The ball makes its way off the field, and it will be another goal clearance. Iran trying to speed things up now with the clock ticking down on their hopes of a place in the semi-finals. Forward they come through the number 11, Shah Hosseini. Shah Hosseini puts his head up and then loops the ball up over to the far side in front of the coaching staff. But it's met by Perez and not the number 9, Sadegh, who they wanted it to find. Sadegh, of course, scored the Iranian goal in the first half to, at the time, bring the scores level. But the Colombians had other ideas, and Perez's attempted pass ricochets off a Iranian player. Colombia will come again, though. Good build-up play from them from the back, and they move up towards the halfway line. Gonzalez spreads the play from left to right, and Perez tries to get on the end of the ball, but misjudges the line of it, and the 8, Karimi, picks it up. Can't make his way over the halfway line just yet, so arcs his run and looks to take a different route, but he's well tackled by the number 2, Lopez, for Colombia. This is end-to-end stuff now, entertaining game we have on our hands. Shah Hosseini picks the ball up, and it's now back with Colombia once more. Battling hard. Gonzalez is pushed over. The Iranians regain it, but then it's back into enemy hands through Perez. Perez in the attacking third. That footwork again, twinkle toes as he tries to make his way through the Iranian back line to no avail. Colombia still in possession. It's been a breathless period of play, and Lopez eventually, his touch comes off an Iranian player, and it goes out for a corner for the Colombians.
Yeah, marvellous bit of play by the Colombians again there. Twisting and turning, trying everything to get a decent angle on the ball to get the shot away. And as I said, I've said it before, they just play just with a freeness and, like sort of samba style. They sort of make things up and conjure things up to give him an edge and get a gap, and the work rate is good. And now, he's going to have to leave the field to play. The physios are coming on. It's obviously more serious than what we thought. Looks like it's his left knee.
Well, they'll prepare a substitution.
Yeah, it's
in
his
any
left
case.
knee they're looking at.
The physio's moving it around pretty
Vigorously.
aggressively, so it can't be too bad. But nonetheless, the substitute is gearing himself up. The number 5, Jaramillo.
He won't want to go off, I can tell you that.
Well, he will have no choice. The physio sprint off ahead of him, so they're obviously not too concerned about his well-being.
Well, they sort of just left him there, haven't they? They should have taken him off. The referee's taking him over to the corner, explaining to them because the physios have been on, he's got to leave. He doesn't want to go. And the referee's saying, no, you got to go. It's not up to you, sunshine. It's the laws of the game. No. He can come straight back on. It's not a problem. But he can't come back on in this phase of play. So if he gets taken off of this, he has to wait for another stoppage in play before he can come back on.
Well, he is replaced. Jaramillo is the replacement. Lopez and Gonzalez are the 2 players over the ball. 3-person wall has been created, and the referee seems to want to check with absolutely everybody that they're ready to get things going again. I'm not quite sure what the need for that is, but it slows things down nonetheless. Jaramillo was about to line up a shot and then has his pockets picked by Sadegh, who breaks away, but he's up against the kickboard in front of the main stand. He is tripped, and that will be a free kick.
So we've got a free kick to Iran, just outside the attacking third, wide out on the ball in front of the stand. Referee's going to pick it up. Let's hope he gets it started quickly. It's inside the third. I thought it was the other side of the line, but there you go.
Free kick for Iran then. Nearer the kickboard in front of the main stand, attacking that Colombian goal as they look to try and find an equaliser in this game. There's 11 minutes and 19 seconds remaining. Looks like we're going to see an Iranian substitution. Another chance for the referee to blow his whistle.
Exactly. By the end of this tournament, they'll know how to blow a whistle, won't they? They're practicing a lap.
Oh, and now the Iranian player is down on his back. The substitute was literally ready to replace him, and he just decided to lie down on the floor there next to the corner. Bit of an unusual decision. I think he's got maybe a touch of cramp just by the way he's moving.
But he was walking across. Okay, then all of a sudden he just lay on the floor.
Number 8 makes way then. Number 6 replaces him.
Unbelievable. But, yeah, I don't know. He's got some quite heavy strapping on his knee, hasn't he? And number 8 has just left us. And it's obviously... he's got a problem with that knee. He's had a reoccurrence of whatever it was.
Moram comes on to the field in his place, and the guide taps the frame of the Colombian goal to try and give those Iranian players their bearings. The free kick is taken, and a shot is pretty wayward in the end.
Yeah, he was leaning back as he hit that and going away from goal, so the end result was... but it must have got a touch. I didn't see a touch myself, but it's gone for a corner. Oh, well, he was leaning back. They're still having a look at this Iranian number 8 who's down by the side where we are. He's right in front of us, spraying lots of...
a chance for the referee to check everybody's okay, one by one. And we are underway. The Iranian corner is taken, and it's a shot again from range from the number 9. He was the replacement in the first half, I should say, Sadegh, but he made all the difference when he did come on, grabbing that equaliser. A wonderful goal it was. And now there's a bit of a tussle inside the Colombia half. Both sides full throttle. The Colombia side with a narrow lead to protect. And the Iranians themselves desperate for a way back into the game. It's now with the Iranian number 3 as he tries to squeeze away into the D there. Force the Colombian goalkeeper into a save. Now the number 5, who's just been substituted onto the pitch, Jaramillo, switches play out to the right-hand side. The Colombian side attacking the gazebo end of this pitch where we are based. Here is Jaramillo now. He had a bit of a clear run on goal there, just outside the D on the far side in front of the kickball where the main stand is. But he just got his legs in a bit of a tangle and didn't quite orchestrate some room for the shot. I'm not sure he knew the whereabouts of the ball exactly. Still with Colombia though, and they kick it towards goal. Now it's very close to being directed. Goal bound there by the number 9, Gonzalez. And the ball is in the gazebo again. We've seen a lot of the ball in this game.
I don't mind them coming in at that pace. It's when they fly in from a shot, it's not so clever. Yeah, Colombia clear the ball upfield again. That's just a clear my lines one. It's not going to go anywhere, and the Iranian keeper's got it. And he's going to get this going again, going the other way. Just go short to the edge of his box and build up from the back.
Absolutely, the number 11, Shah Husseini, brings it forward and just lumps it up long, and that will go out for another goal clearance, this time for Colombia. And an overarm throw from the Colombian goalkeeper Ardia finds Gonzalez, who's the scorer of that magnificent second goal for the Colombians in the first half. Now, big opportunity here, and the shot is taken by Jaramillo, but doesn't quite make it to the goalkeeper. It ricochets off an Iranian knee and goes further upfield back into the Colombian half, and they immediately look to just clear their lines, no nonsense stuff. Back it goes to the Iranians. Shah Husseini sends the ball long upfield. It's pretty Route 1 stuff now for these two sides. It's kept in well, initially anyway, by Karimi, but it does go out for a Colombian goal clearance, and we will see a substitution now. The number 8, Karimi, will be the man to come back on. I did just mistake him for somebody else, and Sadegh is the player to make way. That substitution is made. Thumbs up from the referees all round. And now it will be a Colombian substitution. Player furthest across the other side of the field is the player to trundle off. It's Jaramillo, the man that just came on, so he maybe feel a bit upset that he's been replaced straight away, but it's the man that he came on for who picked up an injury and had to leave the field of play, Perez, that will come back onto the pitch.
Yeah, I must admit, if I was the Colombian coach, I would want 10 back on the pitch as well. He's the player that make Colombia come alive, in my opinion. He's a superb player.
Rolled out by Ardia. That's a good ball forward against the kickboard. And Perez is tucked in down there, but he swivels back onto his right foot, right on the edge of the D. Perez to shoot, and he drags it just wide and almost takes us with him.
Yeah, well, there you go. You can see why the coach wants him on there. He gets the ball, things happen. He's a fine player.
That's an excellent tackle there by the Colombian player, just to stop any advance from Rahimzadeh.
Colombian keeper's pleading with his defence just to let it go out for a goal kick, or goal clearance, should I say. And he promptly chucks it out to the other end.
Time goes off temporarily, but the Iranians will want to get things moving. As I say, they're running out of time. There's 8 minutes, well, just under 8 minutes remaining now of this quarter-final, the third of the day. We've already seen Argentina go through, and the Chinese. You didn't miss much there. It was lumped long by the Iranian goalkeeper, went straight out for a goal clearance for the other side, for Colombia. Colombia and Gonzalez battling in there with the number 6 for Iran, Moram. It was a second half substitution himself. Colombia, it feels, are in control of this game.
What?
Snuck all the way through for the goalkeeper inside his box, and he just flings it forward, this time to make sure it bounces inside his own half before finding an Iranian player. The referee spots that it's in fact Perez that has lost his eye mask. We will see another stoppage now in play.
Yeah, it's unfortunate that these eye masks are coming off. It's not really much the referees can do other than get the eye mask back on quickly and get the game going. And if they can get the eye mask back on and get it going quickly, it's not a problem. And it's going to be a drop ball for Iran. Uncontested, and here we go.
Here we go. The Iranians at pace. Rahim Zadeh was the man that ran at that back four that were assembled for the Colombians on defensive duties, but he was stopped by them. Now Colombia in possession again, and Lopez sends the ball out towards the kickboard. It's picked up by the number 11 for Iran and played very cutely back to the goalkeeper, who just lumps it long again and just completely misses the bounce of the ball in his own half. And with time running out, that's just careless.
Yeah. I don't know how many times he's done it in this game.
Count that as 4 times, I think, that he's...
He just gives the ball back to the opposition all the time. You know, the players don't do it and they can't see. You've got the goalkeeper who's got a full view of the pitch and he whacks it over the halfway line. Just, if I was his coach, I'd be ripping into him at the moment. Just takes all the intensity out of the game. You know, Iran get a bit of a head of steam up, and then he just does that, and you just think, "Come on, mate, side foot it out if you need to. You don't need to poke it that hard."
Off we go again. No volley calls.
Yeah.
The free kick for Colombia.
Just breaks up the game all the time, though, doesn't it? That's the problem for the Iranians. They want to be playing. They don't want to be stood around waiting for the referees to blow the whistle. They want some momentum behind them, and they're not helping their cause at the moment.
The Iranian goalkeeper organises his 2-person wall. Chance for Colombia here. 1-on-1 with the goalkeeper was the striker Perez, and he just stuck a foot out.
No. Oh, my word. Don't these players know the laws of the game? That was a free kick, quite rightly, given to Iran. The goalkeeper is not allowed to take a free kick. It's got to be positioned outside his box, and one of the lads who are blind has to take the free kick. This game is about blind people, not frustrated goalkeepers.
Begs the question whether the goalkeeper's maybe standing in for his first game or something, because he's broken several rules in this game. But we are moving again, which is good. It's annoying. It's frustrating, really, as a spectator, because the kind of momentum out of this second half is just, it's been 10 seconds at a time at the moment.
You just get little spurts of it all the time, and like any spectators up in the crowd probably won't have a clue on why that was given. And you just expect the players, they play the game week after week after week. You expect them to be in full knowledge of what the laws of the game are.
The number 9 for Iran is going to come back onto the field, Sadegh, and he will replace the number 6, Moram. The referee's just blown his whistle several times and made his way over to one of the other Iranian players. Now wants this Iranian player to go off. I'm not sure what he's spotted now.
He wants a goalkeeper to get back in his goal. What's he doing over there? He's causing chaos, this keeper. Honestly, he really is.
We've got something wrong. The other referee is now pointing at the Iranian number 3's boot.
And a number 3... No.
Now the goalkeeper is intervening with whatever's going on here as well. The referee is now looking at
What are they doing?
Not sure what's going on. The goalkeeper's run across to stop the number 3 for Iran walking off.
Right, what the referee's saying, there's a bit of blood on his knee, and he wants that wiped off, I think. Yeah, it's a dribble, isn't it? And what the goalkeeper was trying to keep him on was to get the sock up over the knee, so the red sock would have mopped up the red blood and no one would be the wiser. Oh, my word. We've seen all yesterday.
7 will come on for Iran now. Who started the game, Rajab. He'll be walked into position by the Iranian goalkeeper. Be nice just to see some free-flowing blind football for a couple of minutes.
The only team this is helping is Colombia. I bet you they're loving this. The Iranians are breaking the game up, slowing it all down. And it's only helping Colombia. It's not helping their cause at all. That's a foul. Little trip by the number 2 there.
Another stoppage. That was just inside the Colombia half there. The referee quickly blowing his whistle. And we will wait for the play to get going again.
Yeah, get it going. Come on.
The referee really is just taking so much time over absolutely everything. But, right, Colombia defending diligently at the back, keeping the number 11 for Iran at bay. That goes off the kickball, but will be kept in play by Perez. Perez tries to orchestrate a move a bit further forward. Then there's a trip for the number 7 for Iran, Rajab. And now a chance for the Iranians. And for a minute there I thought the eye mask had fallen off the face of Gonzalez, but Gonzalez gets back to his feet and moves over the halfway line for Colombia. Still going Gonzalez, but he's met his match in the number 8, Karimi, for the Iranians. It's spread out to the far side and will be picked up by Perez. Perez tries to keep the ball in play and he doesn't, and it will go out for a goal clearance. And now the referee's blowing his whistle again.
Right, we're away again, hopefully.
Rolled out up to the number 9 for Iran, who will try to keep the ball in play. That will be a corner for Iran. It does come off a Colombian player in the end, and we're drawing closer in 10-second increments to the final 5 minutes.
And the Iranian guy's getting a little upset behind the goal. He is a man mountain, that guy. And I think if he came to me and asked me for something, I could say you can have 2. He's a big old boy. So it's a corner to Iran.
Corner to Iran then in front of the coaches nearer the kickboard on this near side. Squirted through to the Colombian goalkeeper in the end, who bides his time before picking up the ball, just delaying things slightly and allowing the clock to wind down a touch more. Here is Perez then on the attacking third line up against the number 11 for Iran. Shah Hosseini finds his strike partner in Gonzalez on the opposite side. The referee decides that is a no-voice situation, I think, again there.
Yeah. The Iranian didn't say voice. You can see what he thinks about it. I think that's a disagreement. I think the Iranian thinks I did say voice. But the referee's adamant he didn't. And the Iranian's going to get a card for his trouble. For showing dissent. Can't have that. You might disagree with the decision, but you can't. And it looks like the Colombians have called a timeout, which is not a bad idea, really. And let's hope they can settle themselves down. Yeah, it was a yellow card for the
dissent, I think, from the Iranian player.
Because he did pick the ball up and start chucking it down in front of the referee, and the referee's placing the ball where the free kick will be taken from when we resume. We'll just have a look at these highlights for the second half. It's been very bitty, this second half, really, to be honest. The first half was absolutely tremendous, but the second half has been a bit bitty. You've got a good run here. from the Iranians. He's in on goal and just can't get the shot away. Here's the Colombians, and he's off balance when he hits it and screws it wide. It's a good lofted pass into the middle there. And that's a good save by the keeper, to be fair. Yeah, but it has been very bitty, hasn't it, this second half, and obviously suits the Colombians more than it suits the Iranians. Right, I think we're nearly ready to start again.
I think the referee might make himself a cup of tea in a minute and have a quick cup of tea before he gets things going again.
Yeah, the timeout's supposed to last a maximum of 1 minute. And after 50 seconds of that minute, the players should be on the pitch ready to have their mask changed in the last 10 seconds of that minute. Doesn't seem to be happening here too often.
The referee will mark out the wall for the Iranians and get them organised. The goalkeeper for Iran, Ramazani, organises his wall, makes sure that one nearest to the goal line is adjacent, or at least in the line of the post, I should say. Still, we have not had a restart.
Right, he's got to go through the procedure of the keeper being okay and the guy being okay. Is that the big fella behind the goal does it quickly, please?
Is that part of the rules? He has to check everybody's okay, or?
Seems to do it every time, doesn't he? He wants to be friends with everyone, I think. Right, we're ready to go.
And away we do go. Finally, a good effort from Perez there in an attempt on goal, but it was well blocked. Still going here, Perez. He's running out of space, but he finds some. Oh. What a shot that is. Cracking save as well, and he's injured himself, the goalkeeper, in the process. I think he took one to a very sensitive area there as he was keeping that one out. Away go the Iranians, looking for a response. That would have really finished the game off in favour of the Colombians there. But now a chance for Iran on the break. Could there be a goal here? No.
Unlucky.
He's lost his balance right at the last. It will be a goal clearance for Colombia.
And we're down to 4 minutes, just over.
And immediately flung from one end to the field to the other by the Colombian goalkeeper. And it will be a goal clearance now for Iran. And this time the Iranian goalkeeper does allow the ball to bounce, but it's far too strong. And the Iranian coach is furious with their keeper. And it looks as though we're going to see another substitution, this time for the Colombians.
Yeah, we got an Iranian down as well, tying his laces up.
Number 3 comes off for Colombia. Alex Martinez.
The Colombian coach must be loving this. Absolutely loving it. It's breaking the play up, slowing everything down. And all the time that clock is just ever so slowly getting closer and closer to showing the 3 noughts.
The 2 strongest attacking players are now back on for Colombia. It's going to make its way the whole way through, and it's stopped right in the D for Colombia, and Lopez shoots. Maybe a cry of a handball there.
Yes, I think the keeper's got a point. When I first saw that, I thought, I think he might have handled that, the Colombian, but...
goes out for a corner nonetheless.
Yeah, it must have been close. Got a replay of it. It's a good throw out by the keeper. He's thrown it, and I think he did hit his hand.
Yeah.
It's good job they didn't score. They could have been uproar.
Yeah. Corner though for Colombia. A chance to score here through the 2 danger men, Gonzalez and Perez. Gonzalez takes the ball away on the line of the attacking third that Colombia go for up against there, and that's a wonderful ball into Perez. Now Perez has some space and just 2 Iranian players in front of him. He shoots, drags it, hits the post again. The Iranian goalkeeper gets back to his feet, and then there's
Yeah, that's fair enough. The referee's spot on right. As it's come back off the post, the Iranians got the ball, and the Colombians gone in and clattered him. never said a word. That's correct. So we're going to have a hold up again here, I'm afraid. We've got a couple of players down on the floor, and it will restart with a free kick to Iran. Just looking at this bit of play again, where he picks it up on the left, comes inside, beats one, gets down to the byline, pulls it back, and it's just dribbled in against the post. He's some player. He is some player. Right, what's happening now? Another
official timeout has been called.
Yeah, it must be a timeout to Iran.
This is the longest half I've seen.
It's the longest game of football I've ever been involved in. What time did we start? We've been going for an hour and 12 minutes.
And this, I suspect, these final 3 minutes is going to take a good 10.
Exactly. I'll tell you what, we ain't going to have much time to have a sandwich, are we?
Yeah.
Between the games. We're going to be quite tight on the next game. It's been very bitty, very scrappy. But as I say, the sheer length of the game would stretch anyone's patience, really.
There's confirmation of the earlier quarter-finals, and of course the winner of this will face France or Brazil, which is no easy task in the semi-finals.
No, it's not an easy route to the final, that's for sure. But there again, you get to the last four, none of them should be easy, should they? Really? You're going to have to beat one of the top seeds. I'm going
to back China at this point. I think they're the most impressive side I've seen. I just like the way they play. I just thought it was very effective. Whether the teams find them out, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Japan left it a bit too late in terms of kind of really trying to put them under pressure.
Yes, I quite agree with that. I think I'll hang fire and wait to see. What I want to see is Brazil play like Brazil. And in the games we've had so far, they haven't. And I just wonder if they're holding something back, just doing enough in the knockout games, in the round-robin games, and then explode into some sort of form for the knockout games. But we'll see.
For Iran. Just over 3 minutes left on the clock now. And a yellow card for the guide behind the goal as well.
Yeah, I think he had been warned about coming around the post and encroaching into the goalkeeper's area. So I wonder if he's done it again and we didn't notice it. He seems happy enough about it, doesn't he? His thumbs up and said, fair enough. Fair cop, Gov. So Iran are coming up the board to get the shot in, but it's into the side netting. It was a smartish shot, right-footed shot. Right. So
lost a boot now. Gonzalez was the player that lost his boot there, but that will go back on straight away.
Right. Okay.
Still 3 minutes left.
We're ready to go.
Rolled out to that right-hand side and launched upfield by a Colombian player, and that will be a corner for Colombia. Corner for Colombia in front of the kickboard where the coaching staff will sit. Perez and Gonzalez, the two stars of this side, are the two that are over the ball as it stands. And away we go. It will be Perez to shoot straight into the arms of the Iranian goalkeeper. That hits the back, the throw out there, the clearance of the Iranian player. And Iran looking for an equaliser now. Time is really ticking away with 2 minutes and 30 seconds left on the clock as Perez comes upfield. He's manhandled there by an Iranian player. Now Iran come once more. The number 8 this time in Karimi.
And that's a corner.
There will be a corner for Iran with 2 minutes and 17 seconds on the clock. Iran with the corner then, in front of the main stand on the far side. The referee again has spotted something he doesn't like. Not quite sure how he decided that eye mask wasn't on properly when he was facing the other way, but there we go.
No, exactly.
Here's number 9 for Iran, Sadegh.
Oh.
Not bad effort, but the Colombian goalkeeper can't do too much about that. It was just outside his box initially, but then snuck back in, which allowed him to encroach on play. And now this is a chance. Well, I did think it was for a moment. Gonzalez looked as though he was clear on goal there, but he's been pushed back into his own half. Off he goes again, Gonzalez. He might look to switch play to Perez, who's completely open on the far right-hand side. Hasn't received the cry from anybody as of yet, but then it comes. Excellent ball over to Perez, who struggles to bring the ball under control initially. Off goes Perez. Almost runs out of room. Perez looking for some room for the shot. Neat bit of footwork from him. Still going here, Perez, and just as he was about to shoot, he was stopped by the number 9, Sadegh, for Iran. And now there's this sort of stalemate moment again over on that far side. 1 minute 20 remaining.
Yeah, so we're going to have a drop ball. Not long to go now. And we're off.
Back up and running. Ball just inside the defensive third for Iran, but squirts forward and the Iranians move over the halfway line. Now trying to get into the offensive third, but the Colombians holding the ball up well and just killing the clock in the process as we hit the final minute. Sadegh comes away with it, but the Colombians win it back. The ball will be kept in play very effectively as well, and then it's sent upfield. The Colombian and Iranian player almost come together before Iran come away with it once more, but a good tackling from Colombia there, and they almost break through. Gonzalez doesn't quite fall for him, and now there's a bit of a tangling of legs on the far side on the halfway line, and now Iran will look to attack right at the death here. 25 seconds remaining. Colombian player trying to bring it under control before it goes out of play. No whistle from the referee. Still players on the floor. Deep inside the Iranian half now as Perez gives chase, but Iran really running out of time, and then it's played off the park, and 9 seconds left on the clock. We'll have one final corner, and that should be that in this game, and Colombia are destined for the semi-finals. But of course, even with 9 seconds left, we're going to have another stoppage.
Are we? What a surprise.
The Iranian goalkeeper organises his troops. The referee will no doubt push them a bit further back. Yep, not happy. They're an inch closer than they should be. And finally, we will have this corner, and this will be the last slice of action in this game. It's Gonzalez with the ball at his feet. The buzzer will go any second now. Just as Gonzalez tries to put the ball in the back of the net. We've not even got half a second remaining, and it will be a goal clearance, and then that will be that.
There we go.
And the Colombians go through to the semi-finals then.
That's amazing. Well done, Colombia.
A narrow victory over Iran here. Wild celebrations for them. Really well played. Some cracking goals as well.
Oh, some good goals in that. And yeah, the first half was absolutely stunning first half. And unfortunately, the second half couldn't live up to that billing. But the first half was just great stuff. And yeah, so pleased for Colombia. You know, generally, I love the way they play. And all right, the second half really, it wasn't the same all action stuff, but a lot of that wasn't because of what Colombia were doing. It was just everything else conspired to make it a very slow second half. And Yeah, so Colombia go marching on, and Iran will go into the lower place playoffs, which is still leaves the door open a little bit for the Paralympics.
Yeah,
but it's only a crack.
So a very dejected-looking Iranian side. The full-time score then in the third quarter-final here is Iran 1, Colombia 2. Here's the goals again.
Yeah, these are worth another watch, though, to be fair. That's a great goal, this. Whoops, see you later. Bang, goal. He sent the whole side. Yeah, it's great. He comes in from the board, feints to hit it with his right, drags it back, see you later, and just pokes it through the legs and goal. Lovely.
I'm going to see it for a third time, just in case you wanted to see it again there.
Well, it is rather special, isn't it, really? So this is where you can see him chucking the defenders the wrong way, though, can't you? More on that last shot. And this is the Iranian goal.
From deep, right inside his own half.
Yeah, he comes up through his third. He gets bundled over. He gets back up again. Goes through another 2 tackles. Then nutmegs the third one. And then just smacks it into the corner. It's a fine goal by the Iranians. Absolutely tremendous stuff. So watch it again here.
Just in front of us, the French have just arrived to begin their warm-ups for the final quarter-final against Brazil.
And one more for good measure. Oh, that's a lovely goal.
And then next we will have the winner now from Gonzalez, which was a superb finish and such a tight angle as well.
Yeah. Comes in from the left-hand board. Comes across, feints again, drags it back. And whack. He's got a good left foot, that boy.
And there you have it then, the final score, Colombia 2.
Iran 1.
Iran 1. I was concentrating there so much on France, I completely lost who we were watching.
We're getting a little bit punch drunk here, aren't we?
We are, yes. 25 minutes to go until we join you again. We're going to go and have a drink, I think.
Quick one. Yes. See you later.